Alien Day is upon us and Horror Press needs your help. Greetings, Horror Press Horde. My name is Stuff Scared Chris. Let me pick on your brains for a moment. In 2015, the world began observing April 26th as Alien Day, a celebration of the 1979 Ridley Scott Dan O'Bannon sci-fi horror classic and the franchise born of it. So for Alien Day 2026, let's finally settle it. Ridley Scott's Alien or James Cameron's Aliens, which is the better movie? After a bunch of contemplation, I think that these are the most noteworthy things to both films. Let's run through these. So first off, I think the directing is a wash. I'm sorry, it just is. I think that the acting is better in the original. These feel like real people in a real situation, whereas Cameron was less concerned with being convincing and more concerned with entertaining. Point Alien. I personally like the story to Alien better than I like the story to Aliens. It unfolds both progressively and unpredictably, whereas Aliens is less focused on the story, more concerned with the action. Point Alien. But the characters are more colorful, more diverse, and more memorable in the sequel. Plus, Ripley is just a badass from start to finish, so point Aliens. While I do credit Dan O'Bannon for great dialogue, when you quote the franchise, it's likely they mostly come at night, mostly, or game over, man, game over, or get away from her, you bitch, and all those lines belong to James Cameron. Point Aliens. Yes, the effects were innovative and out of this world in 1979, but yeah, there's no getting around that James Cameron is the innovative effects guy. Point Aliens. Aliens' primary objective is to scare you. Aliens' primary objective is to entertain you. And both are hugely successful at their objectives. So, point to Alien for scariness, point to Aliens for enjoyment. And that leaves us at legacy. 47 years later, Alien is still the gold standard of science fiction horror, but also a tremendous influence on just science fiction and just horror. And Aliens wouldn't have happened without it. Point Alien. So of course, we end up in a dead heat, but we are in cyberspace where everyone can hear you scream down in the comments, so break the tie, let us know where you land. Drop over to horrorpress.com and then drop back here next week to talk more horror with me, if you dare.